for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
Attention, Yankee Nation. The info everyone's been waiting for just dropped. Something that could redefine our season. Hot sources told me a secret you won't find anywhere else. Want to know what it is? Subscribe to the channel and be the first to find out. What's up, Yankee Nation? Welcome back to my channel, the epicenter for the hottest news and deepest dives into our beloved New York Yankees. I'm your go-to guy on this baseball journey, and today, my friends, I've got some exclusive intel you absolutely need to hear. Get ready, because what I'm about to drop might just change how you see our team's next moves. Let's kick things off with the news that's been keeping a lot of you up at night. The possibility of seeing Kyle Tucker of the Chicago Cubs in pinstripes. I know. The thought of having a talent like Tucker in our outfield is tempting, almost a dream for the Yankee faithful. But, and here's where the cold water comes in, the information I've got from some very reliable sources indicates that this trade, or even a future acquisition via free agency, is highly unlikely. I've been talking to folks on the inside, and here's the breakdown. Chris Kirschner from The Athletic, a guy I respect a lot and who has great access, has already pointed this out. He mentioned that even though the Yankees had an interest in trading for Tucker last offseason, before the Cubs even acquired him, the current reality is completely different. The Cubs are playing some high-level baseball, and Tucker is having a phenomenal year. Just picture this. .087 AVG, .395 OBP, and .527 SLG, with 57 RBIs and 16 home runs in 80 games. Those numbers speak for themselves. With that kind of performance, the Cubs are going to do everything they can to re-sign him long-term. And honestly, what would be the point of trading him now, unless they win the World Series and decide to completely rebuild? It's a win-win situation for the Cubs right now. But it doesn't stop there. Kirschner brings up a crucial point that I've been hammering home for a while now. The Yankees' recent history of signing big-name position players in free agency. Think about it. When was the last time the Yankees signed a major outfielder in free agency? I'm not talking about trades, like the Juan Soto deal, which was a surgical and brilliant move, but rather going to the market and opening up the wallet for an established name. The recent pattern suggests we're not going to be the team to make the astronomical offer for Tucker in free agency. And when I say astronomical, it's because the projection for Tucker's contract is that it could exceed the $500 million mark. Yeah, you heard that right. $500 million. While John Conahan from Athlon Sports predicts that the Phillies, especially if Kyle Schwarber doesn't return, might go after Tucker, his focus is more on how the Phillies want to eliminate competition from the Yankees, Dodgers, and other giants. And if that analysis is correct and we're not in the mix, that's one less worry for them. The plain truth is, even though we've slipped a bit in recent power rankings and the Phillies are on the rise, our payroll is already one of the highest in the league. Adding a contract of that caliber would be a tremendous burden, and the front office has been cautious, focusing on talent that fits our current and future structure. In my opinion, this is a move that, as exciting as it might be, just doesn't align with the franchise's current strategy. It's tough to hear, I know, but I'm here to bring you the truth, no matter how bitter it may be. Now, let's shift gears to an area where the Yankees can always improve, and one that could be decisive in the postseason. The bullpen. Currently, we've got a golden duo with Devin Williams and Luke Weaver closing out games, and our bullpen as a whole is already among the top 10 in the league in ERA. But, as the saying goes, you can never have enough. And that's where Danny Coulombe of the Minnesota Twins comes in. I've been following Lucas Babbitt-Feinerman's work over at Fansided, and his suggestion that the Yankees trade for Coulombe makes perfect sense. This pitcher has been, to say the least, phenomenal this season. Think about it. A 0.82 ERA in 28 games and only 5 walks allowed all season. That's not a typo, folks. That's elite control and absurd effectiveness. What catches my eye about Coulombe is his versatility. He's equally effective against left-handed and right-handed hitters. That's a huge asset for any manager who needs a reliable arm in high-pressure situations. His pitch mix includes a four-seamer, a sinker, a cutter, and a sweeper. While his top velocity is 90 miles per hour, which would be the second slowest in our bullpen, ahead of only Tim Hill, the movement on his pitches is exceptional. The cutter, which is his most common pitch, has impressive movement, and the sweeper, which he's thrown 66 times this season, hasn't resulted in a hit for opposing batters yet. With an XBA of 0.104, that's unbelievable. Furthermore, his strikeout to walk ratio of 24 strikeouts to 4 walks is elite. And he's a ground ball pitcher with a 40% ground ball rate this year and a 49.9% career average. This means he induces weak contact, which is gold in situations with traffic on the bases. Just imagine the scenario. With Coulombe, we could start locking down games in the 7th inning. He'd be our guy for the 7th, with Weaver in the 8th and Williams in the 9th. That would give us incredible depth and security for the postseason, where every pitch counts and the bullpen needs to be at its peak. Having an even more dominant bullpen when games truly matter is an advantage no championship team can afford to pass up. Of course, the Twins aren't in sell mode just yet. They're within striking distance of a wild card spot right now. But if they stumble between now and the July 31st trade deadline, Coulombe would become a primary target for us. He'll be a free agent after this season, meaning his trade value might be more manageable for the Yankees. Keep an eye out, my friends, because this is a move that could and should happen if the conditions align. It's a perfect fit for what we need. Alright fans, we've gone through two very distinct scenarios today. On one hand, the harsh reality that the chance of Kyle Tucker wearing pinstripes is at best remote. And on the other, the exciting possibility of further strengthening our bullpen with Danny Coulombe. My final analysis is clear. The Yankees should focus their efforts on areas where they can have an immediate and significant impact, without compromising the franchise's long-term financial health. Acquiring an elite pitcher like Coulombe fits perfectly into this strategy. He would address a latent need for bullpen depth, which becomes crucial in tight postseason games, and he would do it efficiently and without the need for an astronomical trade package. Conversely, chasing a $500 million outfielder, no matter how talented, doesn't seem to be the path the Yankees should take right now. We have talent in our outfield, and the priority should be to optimize what we already have and fill gaps intelligently and strategically, not to spend a fortune on a single position player. The focus should be on roster depth and versatility, something Coulombe would bring in abundance to our bullpen. Now, I want to hear from you, the best fan base in baseball. What do you think about these moves? Do you agree that the pursuit of Kyle Tucker is a misstep? And does the idea of bringing Danny Coulombe to our bullpen excite you as much as it excites me? Leave your comments down below. Let's get this debate going. And if you enjoyed this in-depth analysis and want to stay on top of every move, every rumor, and every victory for our Yankees, do this. Subscribe to the channel right now. Hit that notification bell and smash the like button on this video. That's the only way you ensure you won't miss any updates and that we'll keep bringing you the best exclusive content straight from the source. Let's go, Yankee Nation. I'm your guide, and I'll see you in the next breakdown. Go, Yankees!